Welcome, everybody, to the biggest show of the year, Jabroni Drive, WrestleMania, the showcase of the immortals, the grandest stage of them all. Timmy, are you excited for this weekend in Philadelphia? What do you got to say to all the Schmidt-Lavellites out there?
Everybody knows that listening to Jabroni Drive is just too And when you listen to Jabroni Drive, you are certainly a Jabroni.
Ha 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 ha! I love it! Jabroni Drive, WrestleMania edition starts now. Timmy.
It's palpable right now. Just the excitement. Dude, like yeet. Yeet. Dude, the wrestlers have landed in Philadelphia.
Yeet.
They're on all the local programming.
Yeet.
Croc was just doing an interview with Kofi Kingston.
Yeet.
Becky Lynch is on Good Day Philadelphia today.
Yeet.
The Miz was downtown doing something.
Yeet.
I mean, it's everywhere. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. It's like
the excitement is in the air. We're finally here, the week of WrestleMania. We've been waiting for this for months. The build, the shows, the PLEs, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, interviews, Instagram, social media, articles. We've been following it all. We've been breaking it all down. We've been doing it, and we're finally here. WrestleMania. We can't wait. God, this is setting up to be the greatest WrestleMania in the history of WrestleMania, and we are going to be there. How about a huge shout out to our guy, the HJB, the hookup. HJB's got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
If you hear me.
We're going down. Showcase of the Immortals. Super excited. I mean, it is going to be epic. I mean, I hope they can live up to my expectations. They're high, and they should be high. We've been getting great content, great shows, great moments from these last, several months, especially the last couple weeks on Monday Night Raw. And let's get into that right now. We don't want to spend too much time because this is going to be a show. All right,
Tom, but this is almost like divine intervention, Tom, because I just get back into WrestleMania. I just get back into the WWE, and we're doing this show, and it's right in our backyard, Tom.
Amen.
This is nuts, Tom. This is nuts.
And let's just say, as much as The Rock is saying wrestling is cool now, we were in before. We were ahead of the curve, and man, it's exciting. It really is exciting. We mentioned the show, Cruck talking about it today. That dude is in, and he's like, it's like a drug. It's like I got to get my fix. I got to watch it.
Yeah,
that's how it feels sometimes. So let's just dive right in. Big Monday Night Raw again in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The crowd was red hot. Another sellout. This is the 13th straight televised sellout in a row. I mean, they are red hot, the hottest company in the world, and they should be. The lineup is stacked. We got a stacked card for WrestleMania, but let's talk about Monday night. They're setting up all the matches. There's confrontations between Drew and Seth, between Jimmy and Jay, Mommy and Becky, and the big one at the end where it's just the melee and
Gunther and Sammy.
The whole deal. And at the end, man, we've been asking for this. We've been, and we saw it last week, and then this week they took it to another level. The beatdown. We're getting this adult content. Let's real quick, Timmy. Just in this past year, where we are now from where we were a year ago, as far as the content that they're putting out, very much more an adult focused content. We're going towards that 18 to 50 graphic right there, where we're trying to get all those guys. It's last night the ending reminded me of an ECW show a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was vicious, really, to watch that at the end, and it had a feel to it to the point where like you're watching it like, is someone gonna stop this? Like, is this? And look, it was only belt whips and stuff like that.
Should
Like
we
we've
play
seen.
them now? Should we play the belt whips, Tim?
Yeah, go ahead, fire it
Let's
away.
listen to these belt whips and you tell us. And this is just we'll try to paint the picture for you, but if you didn't get a chance, man, let's take a
Oh
listen.
no.
Rock's got the belt, Cody's belt, and he's walking over.
What's the ref gonna do? It's the final bolt!
Oh!
This may be the final stand.
Oh my God!
Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Listen to this.
Get this piece of
I mean, there's no. You just or these guys. God, these guys are just taking this. You can even hear it in the crowd. You can hear this just this energy of the people oh my God. They're ripping Cody's shirt off now, holding him against the rope. Listen to this, man. Oh my God. Listen to this. Oh my God.
Jesus,
Tim,
dude.
that was brutal, dude. That was brutal. So I'm sorry. We were talking about the content. You're talking about the whips and how everything's going down and just where we're at now as far as the material that we're getting. And it's exciting because of where we're headed with the Netflix deal.
Right.
I feel like we're going to be getting edgier and edgier, and this is the stuff that I love.
Yeah, and I think we could put that on the back burner. Like, look, it's certainly the content has certainly been heading that direction, right? And that's something that yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on moving forward. But like really what we need to talk about is what really transpired at the end of Raw there and how this is gonna play out because in your eyes, Tom, I know you've been the proponent of seeing The Rock and Roman as just like unbeatable heading into WrestleMania. And I really think they accomplished that with what they did at the end of Raw because there was no doubt about it after Raw went off the air at the end that hey, these dudes are certainly in the driver's seat heading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, and what a scene that was. Both of them, Roman lifting the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship belt, The Rock lifting the belt of Cody Rhodes that they just whipped viciously, Seth and Cody, and beat them down and left them there in a mess, just destroyed. I haven't seen any social media posts yet of the welts that must have appeared on their backs after that beating, but they just come off as this unstoppable faction, this unstoppable force. The Bloodline was already one of the strongest groups in the history of professional wrestling, and now you're throwing The Rock onto it. There
And
is
then
something I do want to talk about that, Tim.
hold on before you even go there. Maybe we're thinking the same thing here.
Okay.
But the other thing that you added to before, and Tom, you are the guy. You are the the WrestleMania aficionado, right? You're the guy.
The pressure.
You said that you need to see Roman Reigns in more of a more of an active role here heading into WrestleMania. Did you feel like he accomplished that,
I'm
or
glad he was there. I really am glad he was there. I like that not as much as him being there last week, but I like them saying he was the one that called that hit on Cody last week. I really liked that. And then I liked him coming out there and being involved in it. Um, the the story, the matches, the moment at WrestleMania is going to be big time feel. Big time match, big time feel, both of them. I still would have liked Roman a little bit more involved though a couple weeks prior. Not it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I would have liked him to have been there the Monday before, basically. I would have liked him to show up at the end and gave Rock the pound like, yo, good job, as Bully Ray said. Like I just they alluded to it. They said that he did make the call, so that's kind of cleaning that up. But either way, it's been incredible to see major moments. Um, I don't want to spend too much time on this, Timmy. A little concern for me is The Rock and his movement. I'm just concerned about an injury possibly happening during his match. I know that they put him in a tag and he's 51, the flexibility, the mobility and stuff like that. I didn't particularly it concerned me, and I think a lot of that is when I think of last year's WrestleMania and the way things worked out with Shane McMahon and quickly got that injury and it ended it. I'm curious if they have a backup plan. Say someone was to get injured, how they would fix that. That's the only thing I want to talk about with that is that it just he looked a little stiff, and I'm hoping and I'm confident that they will have the match style and the way things go in ring to make it so that it plays to The Rock's strengths. Like the beatdowns, if you've noticed, he's been very much just tossing the thing. He hasn't been super mobile and running around or anything like that. So I'm hoping it's power move after power move, stay away from high jumps and stuff like that. Typical, I think, is what you would do with an older wrestler. But yeah, that's my concern with that. So
or just are you done with your Rock Fitness thing so I can rejoin the podcast?
I'm not saying he's not in great shape, but
Okay.
even great athletes suffer injuries.
All right, so we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
We are back. Did you not think he looked a little stiff there?
I mean, I don't know at what part you wanted him to look. I just don't know. I didn't see that. I didn't notice that at all. He didn't really have to move around a ton.
Right.
Uh, I mean, he exchanged a couple punches with Cody, and that was
I thought
it.
he was selling those pretty well. His punt, like when they were hitting him, I thought he sold and he took that hit pretty well.
I did
I
feel
guess when he was getting up and down trying to like do stuff with Seth or getting back into the ring, I was like, just briefly, I was like, oh, okay, I hope he's all right.
yeah. Well, I think he's probably one of the more in shape WWE stars that you'll probably see that haven't been wrestling in the WWE for quite some time. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and compare him to like Cena or anything like that, but like I gotta think that he could handle himself just as well as Cena has done in the past. So, not a concern for me. I know you have concerns about it. Shouldn't shouldn't spend any more time on it because we'll see what happens because he's obviously scheduled to wrestle on Saturday night and he's gonna certainly make an appearance on Sunday night. We know that. So,
You think?
oh yeah.
Uh, I mean, I guess the odds are good. Okay, well, we're going to get to that tag match a little bit later. The first match, and we're going to run through them all. We're going to spend some time on ones that we have highlighted and then make our predictions for all of them. First match I want to talk about will be Sami Zayn versus the Ring General Gunther. Timmy, they had the what did you think of the vignette they had with Chad Gable and Sami Zayn on Monday night?
All right. So the one thing that I've said to you and I've said that HJB is that you can't look at this through a Philadelphia sports fan's eyes. And it's hard not to do because we are from here and this is where it's taking place. But it feels very similar and very on the same plane as like a Rocky Russian type of, you know, setup here, right? Like the
Right.
underdog versus like yeah, the overwhelming favorite. And it feels like it's heading in that direction, and that whole promo added a lot more to it, right? It
Yeah,
just felt
that
it
was
felt
Rocky
very
3,
yeah, it felt very Rocky
starring
3.
Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
Yeah. The one thing that I do feel about this whole situation is that there's a reason that that Chad Gable is involved in this whole situation, and I don't think it's for his own. I don't think it's for Sammy's benefit.
Mm,
I feel like there's a situation here where Chad Gable and not turning on him in Gunther's favor, but him just turning on him because he doesn't live up to his coaching, right? Or his guidance, right? At some point, I see Chad like yelling at him in the ring or something like that, distracting Sammy, and then possibly Gunther getting the W here. That's the way I see how it's going. I guess I already made my prediction with that being said. I feel like Gunther retains here. But I like the way that they're going with it with how Chad is involved. I do like that because they don't fully take him out of WrestleMania. He still stays in that mainstream type of role that he should be in because I feel like he's worthy of that.
right.
And it's a way to keep him relevant.
Yeah. I am suspicious of Chad's involvement as well. Um the vignette kind of made me feel like, okay, it made me feel more like he was on Sammy's side. This is a tough one. I really didn't think there was a chance Sammy won until they were doing all this stuff with Rocky and God, to have all of that and this whole thing hyped up, and then next thing you know, Gunther comes away with the win. But is Sammy the guy that WWE has decided this is a to win this match and win this Intercontinental Championship is a career match. This is a match that people will talk about for years and years and years. Have you if you win this, if you're the person to knock off the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, it's something that will like live forever. So, Timmy, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call I'm going with Sami Zayn winning this match. Against my
Wow.
better judgment, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn winning this match. I feel like they're putting too much into it with with him and the whole Rocky scene and in Philadelphia, and I feel like this is this a Saturday night match? Yes, this is a Saturday night match. I feel like and I'll get into this later, but I feel like this will be part of the feel good story of Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sammy over Gunther. You have Gunther. I have Sammy. Let's move on. Timmy, this is going to be a match that's been building for almost a full year now. And we're talking Yeet versus No Yeet. Brother versus brother. The 30th anniversary of Owen versus Brett. We've had Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy, and now Jimmy versus Jay. Who do you have winning this one? Yeet versus no Yeet. I can't wait for this match. This is one I have circled.
No, I think we have to rotate here because I think you need the pick first.
Okay.
this time. So I think we gotta go back and forth. You pick first this time. I'll pick first the next time.
All right. So this is another a Saturday match here. We've got Yeet versus No Yeet. Oh, there could be a lot of interference we got going on here. You got Solo that doesn't have a match. He could be involved in this. Jimmy versus Jay. Who do we have winning this one? Man, this is tough. A lot of it's to me is like, are they going to be one and done, or is this match going to go on for like a trilogy or something like that? Because if it's a trilogy, I got to go Jay. If it's not, then I feel like Jimmy, or the other way around. I got to go Jimmy. If it's not a trilogy, then Jay wins the one-off match. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Jimmy gets the upset. I'm going with Jimmy Uso. No Yeet gets the win against Jay.
Good. My my intention there, Tom, was to get you to pick the opposite because I felt like you were going to go with Jay. I also feel like Jimmy gets the dub here. The reason why is a little different than yours. I'm not thinking trilogy or anything like that, but I feel like the way that they are going to try to position the bloodline is that they're going to win, right?
Okay.
Until they can't, right? So like I feel like they're gonna get momentum with Jimmy, right? And then who knows what happens with the tag match, but I feel like that is gonna start the the waterfall, if you will, right, for the bloodline. So Jimmy, I feel like Jimmy's gonna get the W and the crowd will start to feel like it's gonna be a bloodline type of WrestleMania. And it's gonna set up for what happens later on in the night and then later on in the weekend.
All right. So we both have Jimmy winning that match. Shocking, I think that's a tough one to pick. And you know what? This is part of the reason, like, as we've just gone through these first two matches, the best thing about professional wrestling is when you don't know who's going to win. And it has you on the edge of your seat, back and forth. Who's going to win? Yeet, no yeet. Exciting stuff. All right, Timmy. Let's move on to the six-pack ladder match. Now, this match I'm so excited for. You got a ladder match, you got six tag teams, back and forth. This is going to be fast, big action, big moves, a lot of things coming out of this match. I've heard that they're hanging the titles up separately, so it'll be 2 and 2. What are your predictions for this match? Who comes out as the champion?
Now, are we talking one champion here, Tom?
Well, that's up to you. You could say someone is, and it's tough because I don't know if we necessarily know the rules to it. You know what I
Right.
mean? If they're hung up separately, I feel like someone could tear down the ones and they're the SmackDown champions, and then if they tear down the others, they're the Raw. You know what I mean? If we were to get there and they're all hung together, then it's like, well, hold on a second, like. But you go ahead, you make your pick.
All right, who do we got in the match
In
again?
the
New Catch
match,
Republic.
six man, we got Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the Awesome Truth, Miz and R Truth. Ugh, it just went away from me. We've got
It's that DIYs in
Tommaso
there.
Ciampa and Johnny Gargano DIY, New Day with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and A Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
All right, I'm gonna go off the cuff here, and I'm gonna say A Town Down Under gets the W here.
Okay.
I feel like, look, they've both been getting some love lately. Um, and I feel like New Catch Republic and DIY has been getting a lot of camera time, but I feel like these two guys, they want to succeed. I think DIY has been in the fold. They've gained momentum. I feel like they can be really good in the tag team division. And New Catch Republic, I feel like they're too new and they're just too quirky. I feel like Austin Theory kind of gets himself back on the map here with a tag team W with his boy, uh, Mr. Waller, Grayson Waller.
I like that pick, Timmy. I feel like they split them up. I feel like this is the opportunity. It's kind of never been done. I feel like this is the chance for one team to win one belt and another team to win the other. So that being said, there's a Raw and there's a SmackDown one. I feel like the Raw one, I'm gonna go Awesome Truth, and then I feel like the A-Town Down Under gets the other one. I feel like we get two new champions, Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under. Can I
Kind of
pick
weak.
that? What?
Well, then if that's the case, then I'm gonna go DIY then for Raw.
Okay. I mean, it might just be one. They come down and they're just the one champion, you know? And if that's announced, then I'll just take the Awesome Truth winning it all. Like if they're all on one thing, but if they're two separate ones, I feel like this is their opportunity to finally separate those tags. Or maybe they'll make a one belt for them. I hope so. Looking forward to that match, definitely. All right, real quick, we've got Bianca, Naomi, Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. Who do you see winning this match?
Not Damage Control.
I'm with you on that one. I think this is a chance for Bianca, Naomi, and Jade
It's
to,
going to be a showcase for Jay Cargill.
yeah,
So and I mean it's just going to be an absolute domination in my opinion. I mean there might be some close falls, but I feel like it's more of a showcase for Jay Cargill more than anything.
yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna let all the girls get their moments in there. But yeah, I feel like this is one of the matches that is going to be quote unquote a cool down match. They're gonna get their chances to showcase their strength. Bianca, Jade, Naomi,
It's a good
and
way. It's also honestly a good way to protect Jay Cargill because like look, I mean you're in there with if you're going to be in there with Bianca and Naomi. Like they're not going to put you in tough spots. It's just going to be really good. And then honestly, like the opponent is just not great. So let's make the match happen. Let's let Jade showcase her skills and let's get out of there with a clean WrestleMania exit. You get your match and then we move on.
amen. All right, let's move on to our next match. And that's gonna be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom.
Santos Escobar.
Timmy, I feel like last year Dirty Dom lost to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, and this year he gets his revenge. I feel like Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom come out on top. They win, sending maybe Ray off into the sunset. Who knows? How many more matches does he have left in his
Mm,
career?
mm,
And what a way
disagree.
to end it maybe would to be putting his son over in a match. This should be a fun, entertaining match. Obviously, a lot of bad blood there between these guys, and I'm going with Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
No, I disagree on that one. With the addition of Dragon Lee, and with Ray being by his side, he's now a new member of the LWO. I feel like this Dragon Lee is going to carry Ray's torch, and he's going to deliver the victory for Ray over both Santos Escobar and
Dirty Dom.
uh, Dirty Dom.
Yeah. All right. So we're off on that one. So far, I got Sammy, you've got Gunther. We both have Jimmy. We both have Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. You have Ray and Dragon Lee. I have Santos and Dom. And for the latter match, if it was just a single, I would have R-Truth and you would have A-Town Down Under or the Awesome Truth. If we do the doubles, I'll do R-Truth, A-Town Down Under, and you will do A-Town Down Under and DIY. All right, let's move on. Women's Heavyweight Championship match. Mommy versus the man. Becky versus Rhea. I got to say this. She was on Ariel is whatever, I forget his last name. Helwani. How do you say his last name? Do you know?
Helwani?
Ariel Helwani. Um, Becky Lynch was on the show, then Rhea Ripley's on the show. I'm curious what they're doing with Becky Lynch's character. You know, Mommy's obviously a fan favorite, even though she's quote unquote playing a heel. She's a face. She's over. Everyone loves Mommy. Becky Lynch is a fan favorite, and a lot of social media stuff, and I think it's all kayfabe, but it just her, upset that Mommy referenced her daughter, and that's crossing the line, and how dare she be doing stink face after all this stuff that I've done to help build this division. She's sending us back. Like, none of this, I think, is endearing her to the fans. If anything, it makes her look like, ugh, I look at it and Timmy, you tell me, am I being biased or is
No,
it
it's a strange direction that they're taking with Becky because like she's done some I mean she's done some pretty interesting things herself
right?
over the course of the last few years. And like for her to it's almost hypocritical, Tom,
It's not
right? Like
almost hypocritical. It's 100% hypocritical.
right. So I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to reinvent her or if they're trying to just recreate her or if it's just part of the storyline. But um yeah, you can sit there and say, like, oh wow, she's like mommy's driving her that nuts that she's just losing her mind, right? You can kind of sell that type of deal, right? But like um it just doesn't make much sense. But look, it's good for TV, right? Where she shows up on a live program and yeah, there's a shit talking situation going back and forth on live TV and like
Are you
it's
talking
fun.
about at the interview? That
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I like the idea of it. I just don't think it was executed very well.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, but like the idea of it is right.
Yes, I agree. But I just feel like, and I don't know if that was Becky or Mommy, but like the security, I don't think was doing a very good job. They weren't holding her back at all, and they're just like standing there, and then Becky's like acting like she's being. It was like I was like, this is kind of a miss. Like either go for her or like just get the hell out of there. You don't look. It's a bad look for you, Becky. Like it
Sure.
really was. Just the way it was done. The idea I think is good, but the way it was done, I thought was not that great. But all right, is it my turn to pick? Are you picking? I don't know, but I'll pick Timmy if that's cool. I'm gonna go with Mommy. Mommy's always on top. Rhea Ripley, I believe, will retain. I don't think they should take the title off her for quite some time. I'm hoping she becomes the longest reigning champion in the women's history.
Yeah, it's pretty simple for me. It's an easy mommy pick here. So I hate to reiterate what you're saying there, Tom, but we agree on this.
Yeah, we don't have to pick different picks. I mean, it's like, hey, we're doing the same show here. We're seeing the same stuff. Everyone loves Mommy. She's always on top, and she deserves it. I mean, frankly, she's the best in the biz right now as far as the women go. So I don't want to see her losing the belt. I mean, maybe the chase would be fun with her, but then you got a whole new character going on. All right, let's get to the main event of Saturday night, the tag team match, the build, the story, the just the icons in this match. Roman Reigns, The Rock versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. I cannot wait for this match, Timmy. When that music hits and he comes out as the final boss and then Roman's music and the 45 minutes it's going to take these guys to get to the ring, it's going to be epic. It's going to feel like, you know, we're gonna be at the peak of sports entertainment in the moment right there. I cannot wait for this match. What's gonna happen? Would you like me to make my prediction first, or would you like to go with yours first, Tim?
Why don't you make your prediction? Because I have a couple things, thoughts that I need to add.
All right, I'm gonna book this whole match right now.
Oh, Jesus. There we
So
go.
the match is gonna be going on. It's going to be banger. It's going to start slow, very slow, and then methodical, and it'll start to build, start to build, start to build. In comes a lot of interference. The bloodline's going to be getting involved, and people are going to come out to help Seth and Cody. It's going to be to a point where everyone's laid out. Maybe the final boss is standing there, and the glass is going to shatter. Out comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, maybe with a chair on an RV or on a four wheeler. Stunner. 1, 2, 3. The Rock gets pinned by Cody Rhodes, the winner, and now is going to get to face Roman Reigns in the main event of Sunday night with no bloodline interference.
So tell
I've
me,
got Seth and Cody winning this match.
so tell me why.
So the reason why
Why
is
does
that
Stone Cold come out?
because a lot of people have been getting involved in this. The Rock and Stone Cold have their history. Cody has a lot of friends in the business. He reaches out. They need more help. They're outnumbered. He calls on Stone Cold. Can you do this favor for me? The history of those guys. And it's that, or I mean, I'm hoping Stone Cold. It could be John Cena too.
All right. So I totally disagree with you here.
Okay.
And the reason why is because of what you're saying here. I think what's going to happen is The Rock and Roman lose that tag team match. I think it's clean. I feel like it's clean. And the reason why is because I think the bloodline rules need to apply to Sunday night to
You're saying The
where
Rock and Roman win this match.
yes.
Yes.
Can I just not say that or
No,
no?
you said they lose,
Oh,
but
my fault.
whatever.
Um yeah, so I think they win the match because bloodline rules need to be instilled in this last match where it's going to be an absolute shit show. I think you're going to see on Sunday night that last match. It's going to be bananas. I think there's going to be guys coming out that I think Dustin Rhodes is going to show up. I think it's going to be who's who that are running out to help Cody win this match. And it's just going to be a war of attrition. There's just going to be dudes just filing into that ring. And it's just going to be almost like a lumberjack match.
That would
And
be insane, dude.
there's going to be Stone Cold standing around the ring, John Cena. It's going to be The Rock. It's going to be Cody Rhodes. Who maybe Brock Lesnar shows up. Remember, Brock Lesnar gives him the old. Remember,
Yeah.
you're the man. He gives him the stamp of
Brock
approval.
Lesnar is not showing up.
He's showing up.
No,
It's gonna be a
Andre the Giant's gonna
whole,
be there.
Hulk Hogan comes out. It's
Oh
gonna
my God.
it's gonna
Is that Vince?
it's gonna be that. And Cody's gonna get the pin on Reigns 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
And
so
he's
you're giving the prediction for both matches, huh?
well, I mean, I have to do the one
Right.
with the other. It has to be tied together.
Okay. So you've got Rock and Roman winning on Saturday
Yep.
and Cody Rhodes winning on Sunday
Yeah.
via
Well, because
bloodline
like
rules.
the odds are stacked against them. It's again the underdog story. Like we're in Philadelphia. You have to take that in consideration, Tom.
Yeah. I have I have it the other way so that people are going into Sunday like, holy shit, it's one on one. Cody is going to finally finish his story. It's just him, no outside bloodline interference. They can't do it. The match is going on. Cody's doing he's winning. He's finally getting his chance. He hits the Cody cutter, then he goes into the crossroads and he's hitting. Out comes someone from the stands. Who could it be? None other than MJF.
He's not showing up, dude. Shut up.
MJF
You're out
screws
of your
Cody
mind.
Rhodes out of the belt. Roman retains. He goes on to break Hulk Hogan's record. And
In your
who
heart of
knows?
hearts, in your heart of hearts, how much do you believe in that?
In my heart of hearts, I believe Roman retains.
No,
That
that
MJF shows up, I'm 50-50 right now.
get the fuck out of here. You're nuts.
I mean, it would be an all-time epic moment. And I don't know. And it gives that, how Cody didn't win because he got screwed over by someone, and it kind of gives him another out. And I feel like eventually he'll win it at a Madison Square Garden show or something like that.
All right, what's the other? Are we doing the other lineup here or
All right,
what?
well, let's get into Sunday. So we're on opposite ends of the main event. So we already talked about Roman and Cody. Plus, I feel like them having no bloodline rules sets up for it to be just about them in the match, in the entrance, and it's these two now, which elevates like their main event. Finally, it's just Roman and Cody.
See, I think it's everything. I think it's going to
I
be an
love
app.
I love that too. I can't say I don't love that idea as well,
Like,
but
oh
you never
my,
know.
like I remember there was like a situation. Oh my God, what match was it? Oh, it was the Undertaker Yokozuna match, the
Yeah.
casket match, where
Yes.
every single WWE star like came down to help out Yokozuna. It was like, oh my God, there's Crush. Oh my, like there was 30 dudes in the ring. I don't think it's gonna be like that. But I think it's going to be like there's going to be 3 or 4 guys total that come out and get the assist.
I think too, if Rock loses in the tag match, it helps with the divide between Roman and The Rock,
Sure. Yeah.
where they come out
It's a great
and
point. That is a great point.
he's talking about if he retains on Sunday, he brings up, oh, you lost, not good. Kind of admonish him a little bit and start that riff a little bit. Maybe Rock doesn't say anything, but then, a month later when Rock shows up, we'll see. I mean, dude, that like this is why this WrestleMania is so like exciting. We have no like it's hard to say what is going to happen. Anything can happen. Anything could happen at this show. And golly, hopefully if that glass shatters, that stadium's going to crumble to the ground because it's going to be so freaking loud. That might be that'll be epic. All right. Let's get into Sunday night. Let's start off.
You know what's great though?
What's that?
That Triple H is having that conversation right at this moment, probably like, all right, so this is what we do. You come out and boom, you play the music and then you show up and then like
Yeah.
that's that's nuts, dude. That
That
is
is.
awesome.
I mean, to know, like, we're gonna like, and to be the maestro of that whole thing and be like, all right, hit here, send out Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna send out Solo. All
Yeah.
right. Oh, Solo's out there. Send out Cena. Boom, and everyone's like, holy shit, it's Cena.
Yeah.
And he's like fighting off Solo and stuff like that. And it's like,
It's
send
gonna
out
be at the last second. It's gonna be The Rock about to do like
final the
people
rock bottom or some
his
people's
people
elbow.
elbow, and then he's gonna take off his like his elbow pad and ready to throw it. And as he's ready to throw it, oh my God, that would be insanity.
Oh, oh man. That would be
Imagine that, dude.
uh I would be jumping giddy. Like my son, my 6-year-old son's gonna see his dad jumping around like a friggin' lunatic, you know? Unreal. All right. So let's get to Sunday. We're gonna talk about now Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits against the Final Testament in a Philadelphia street fight. I'm actually looking forward to this. I feel like it's a great opportunity. Obviously, Bobby, Montez, Dawkins. Not only do they have the best wardrobes in the game, they're men on a mission, Tim. You know what I mean? Like
All
they're on
right.
a mission to win this
Did
match.
you feel like that was a good comparison? Like that's what they're looking like these days.
A little bit. It was it certainly doesn't fit Dawkins' style. Montez Ford pulls some stuff off, but Dawkins, it's like, dude, go back to the jerseys, go back
What
to
happened to
mesh shorts.
I thought Lashley was supposed to dress these guys nice, and
Yeah,
like they
right.
look like idiots.
Like jesters out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one, man, this is a tough. I'm gonna go with Bobby and the Street Profits. I feel like they win this
Yeah.
street fight, and it's
Now
you know,
I'm on the other side, Tom. I think the Final Testament is going to start really getting momentum after WrestleMania. This match is going to be awesome. I think AOP is catered to
it's their
this type of
showcase.
match. Yeah. I think they're going to absolutely dominate these guys. Um, it's going to be fun to watch, and I think this whole Final Testament movement, I think, is really going to start taking the WWE by storm because I really feel like it's got some momentum, and I feel like it's legitimate. I feel like it's a good like faction that really is believable. Like I again, I told you this before, Tom. I think it's more believable than the Judgment Day, in my opinion.
Well, I hear the Final Testament is actually changing their name. They're going to be the Judgment Knight. Judgment Knight. Yeah. Maybe the Judgment Knights, KNI.
Oh,
All right. Let's go to what everybody's saying
that's
right
it for
now.
me.
Timmy has thrown his headset down. The Judgment Night comment was a little too much for him to handle anymore. He's out on wrestling. He's out on WrestleMania. He will no longer be following WWE. Judgment Night was just too much for him to handle. Oh, he's back. All right. Let's get to AJ Styles versus with everybody saying Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. Looking forward to this match. LA Knight, AJ Styles. Um, this is probably going to be, I don't feel like these guys are going to get a ton of time. It'll be a fun match, fairly quick. They'll showcase some stuff. LA do, but I think on this match, I got LA Knight coming out on top on this match.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I just don't know where it goes after this, right? Like it's almost like it's a WrestleMania built match, right? Like there's nothing that's going to come after this, right? It's a quick in and out like 3 month build. Boom, we're done. Let's move on. Let's get LA Knight some credence, right? To beat somebody that's pretty major in terms of like the WWE hierarchy. And let's see what he can do, right? I mean, he's been in the spotlight for quite some time. Let's get him a W at WrestleMania, not in some bullshit match, right? And let's see what he's capable of. So I hope that it turns into something bigger and better for LA Knight.
Yeah. So we both have LA Knight winning, and I agree with you, Timmy. I think this is just a stepping stone to him eventually
Catapult match, Tom. That's
catapult.
what we call it.
There you go. All right. Let's go right now to maybe the match of the night. We're going to talk about Io Sky versus Bailey. A lot has been said about this match. A lot of story here. The Mean Girls of Damage Control. Bailey knew what they were saying the whole time. She speaks Japanese fluently. What do you think? She's some kind of fool? She's Bailey. Bailey versus Io Sky. This is interesting. I don't feel like Io Sky's done anything since she's been champion. She certainly hasn't elevated the title. When they come on the TV, I'm not interested. Honestly, I could care less about Io Sky and Damage Control. It's kind of fast forward TV for me. And I know as wrestling fans, we should try to take it all in. I kind of liked the Mean Girl thing. I liked when Bailey announced that she was going to be fighting Io Sky. I thought that was pretty decent. I feel like Bailey can do more than what she was in with when she was with this group and getting done with it. Timmy, who do you have winning the Io Sky versus Bailey match?
Tom, I'm impressed that you're actually trying to break this down, but it's Bailey, and I'm not gonna try to break it down because it's not even worth it. So
Break it down. Ooh. It's Bailey, huh? Hmm. I'm gonna go with you. I'm going Bailey. I was thinking maybe EO holds on. She hasn't held the belt for long, but it's just been so dead around her waist that I can't imagine WWE wants to keep that belt on EO Sky any longer. Okay.
it's weird that they haven't really taken it off of her before WrestleMania, but I mean, there was probably plans that like Charlotte probably gets it back of some like in some way, shape, or form, but she got hurt. Um, and they didn't want to probably put it on Jade Cargill and like there's probably like a lot of other things that like kind of came into play with that, but it it's like all right, just let it run with it. I mean, she only had I think one title defense during the entire reign.
Yeah,
But
it's been absolutely terrible.
so it's been abysmal.
Yeah.
And like I think with Bailey taking over the reins here, it'll serve its purpose here.
And she's already got what seems to be a setup feud with Bianca Belair, and you can go Bailey Bianca coming up after
I
Mania, and
I would
that's a
love to
great.
see Naomi get involved in that because like she seems like she's fucking awesome.
She's on the fringe, like she seems to be the in between those two, you know? So I don't know like how she'll have to, maybe Naomi will be sticking up for Bailey and she'll accidentally hit her and that'll get Naomi thinking like, "Yo, why did you hit me?" Who knows? But all right, so we both have Bailey. Let's get now to the United States Championship match with Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Mr. Logan Paul. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. You know what? Logan Paul, super impressive. We've talked about how much he's impressed us since joining the WWE, particularly this last year. The year that he's had has been great. And Kevin Owens is one of the best in the ring, on the mic, best characters in WWE. I love Kevin Owens. His matches, he'll do anything to entertain a crowd. Randy Orton obviously has that cachet as the legend and the multiple time champion, and I think it's good that he's in a triple threat because after his injury and he needs some help in the ring personally. That's the way I feel. No offense. So, like Randy's listening to this. So, I've got winning this match and retaining Mr. Logan Paul. I feel like he's a star. You want to keep the belt on him. He's elevating that title, and the longer he keeps it, the more prestigious it gets. And he's got that social media influence. He's got the in ring. He's full time. You keep the belt on him for as long as you can.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think there is a KO like arc. I think there's like some sort of like Randy Orton KO like thing that comes out of this. right? Like I feel like there's going to be like some sort of like program that comes with them too, where someone costs the other guy the match, and then it turns into like a K, because like that still brings in viewers, right? Like people
Right.
love KO, and they love Randy Orton too as well. But yeah, I mean it's hard to deny what Logan Paul has meant to the WWE since he's come on board, and he's been excellent since he's been on board. He's really provided more entertainment um in a short period of time than most people that you can probably count on your head, Tom. The dude's been incredible, so I feel like they'll stick with him. We'll keep the title on him at least until SummerSlam. Uh, but he's a full-time member now, so which is great. So like you could see it, kind of yo-yo between like certain people. So we'll see how they play it because like he's not this guy, he's not like a Brock Lesnar that can come in and come out. Like he doesn't have that much cachet yet. He doesn't have that Roman Reigns like kind of contract or that Brock Lesnar contract where he can just win the title and just walk away for months and then come back, right? So
Right.
I think he has to still defend it. So we'll see how it plays out with him after this round at WrestleMania. But um, I feel like he's going to have to be a fighting champion in some way, shape, or form.
Right. And that is a fighting champion's belt, like United States Intercontinental. Those aren't ones that you can just take off, I don't feel like,
Right.
But
Yep.
maybe they give him a little bit of a break, but you got to have him at the Clash of the Castle. I don't know if you need him necessarily at Backlash or anything like that, but we'll see. Okay. Final match of the night. We've already discussed Roman and Cody and our thoughts for that. The other heavyweight championship match, huge build, great story, two of the best in the business, Seth versus Drew, special guest commentator CM Punk. I can't wait for this match. I think it's is it my turn to I don't know. I don't know if it
It's
matters.
my turn. I'll I'll
Okay.
I'll I'll say this first because it's pretty evident to me that Seth Rollins probably needs a little bit of a break. I feel like this is what's going to happen. He's going to go through both these matches, the tag team match plus the heavyweight championship match, and he's going to get his ass absolutely handed to him. He's going to put up a fight like he always does, but I feel like at this point in time, I feel like Drew McIntyre takes the title off of Seth Rollins, and because the timing is perfect. Because as soon as he's done with this SummerSlam, you could see CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for the heavyweight title, which would be exceptional. So I feel like Drew wins this match. I don't think there's going to be any interference or anything like that. I think it's going to be a straight win, a clean win. There could be a situation, and I know Tom, you were really, really, really alluding to this, where Judgment Day could possibly get involved, and I'll let you take that from there. I think it's going to be clean. You feel like there's going to be a different type of situation there.
I think this is the opportunity for Damian Priest to cash in. Like you're saying, Seth has the tag match the night before. I think he comes out of that beat up. Obviously, he has the knee injury, he's got the back injury, and I think they play on that and they show what a warrior Seth is. Still going to fight Drew McIntyre the next day, who's fresh, and Seth's coming out beat up, injured, and fighting on. I think he's fighting. Drew's whooping him. I think beating his ass, talking trash to CM Punk. I feel like there's a back and forth there at some point. He's whooping him, and then somehow Seth gets a run start going. And he starts to get it going. Boom, they're doing this and that. They're going to fight. They both get laid out. They hit each other. Something happens to where they're both on the ground. Seth's like last effort, to do anything. Out comes Damian Priest in the Judgment Day. Judgment Day comes in. He's going to cash in. It's now a triple threat match, which is no hold bar. They go into the ring. Drew comes to. The Judgment Day staring. Seth still beat up and worn down. He looks at them. Judgment Day takes out Seth and Damian Priest. Drew gets the pin, joins the Judgment Day. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre, new leader of the Judgment Day, new heavyweight champion. I've gone this far. I've got to stick with it. But I have Drew winning. Obviously.
Well, that's
bonus points if he joins the Judgment Day.
Dude, if that does happen, I do think there's. I've said to you, and I've said to the HAB, there has been, to me, I feel like there's going to be some WTF moments, what the fuck moments, where we just like are like, how did that happen, or what's going on, or who is this, or where did this come from? I think 40 is going to be one of the better WrestleManias of all time. I think if you're watching, you better buckle up. You better strap yourself in because it's going to be a ride like no other. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully you get a lot of entertainment out of it, just like Tom and I and the HJB and all the other listeners of Jabroni Drive, because it's going to be awesome because it's in our backyard, right around the corner from us, Tommy.
I can't wait, Timmy. And man, we're so close. We're days away. Tim, that's going to bring us to the end of the final episode before WrestleMania. We appreciate you all out there listening. We hope you enjoyed our breakdown and predictions of WrestleMania. Remember, new episodes every week. We've gotten some requests to put out, instant reactions after night 1, night 2, before Raw on Monday night. We'll see where we're at and how we're feeling after the nights at the link. But, we can't wait for the show, and we can't wait to break it all down with you afterwards. So, hopefully, if you see us at WrestleMania, come up, say hey to Jabroni Drive. Let us know you like the show. Give us a shout, and we'll be there. Timmy, anything you got to say to all the Schmidt and Lavellites out there before we sign off?
I'm only that when you listen to Jabroni Drive, you are a Jabroni
for life. We love you. WrestleMania. Peace.